everybody up? Let's meet everybody. Let's meet everybody. Just line up. Let's give your name. Can we get a wide shot on all these guys? Okay. Can we get them all, or a pan anyway? Okay, who do we have?
Frank C. Schweller.
Carrie Ann Brewer. Baker Cohenauer. Therese Bignard. Meg Anderson.
Daniel Stewart and Paul Stokstad and some conehead over there playing drums. Okay, so big deal. So we have some warm-ups we do. Actually, the first one we'll just do kind of a, just make a circle. It's okay, you won't be able to see all our faces, but you just shoot these people anyway. So just, I want just a stretch. Just stretch. Down. Okay. A real deep breath in. Exhale now. Kind of collapse down to the ball. Inhale out. Now exhale. Inhale. Good drum. Good drum. Okay. Want to step over here a second? So we have a game. Someone fill in here. We have a game called Ooga Booga. And Ooga Booga goes like this. You make a sound and a gesture to somebody else. So I'll go, pada, and this is like what's called gibberish. Gibberish is nonsense, some nonsense sound. So you make a sound and a physical gesture. The other person gives it back, the same sound, the same gesture. That's the first part. So it goes, kaba, kaba. Okay, he does that. Then he kind of has the ball. So he has to give the ball to somebody else. So he does kaba, kazoo. Okay, the next person does kazoo, kasada. Okay, that's Ooga Booga. Okay, so let's play this game a little bit. It's just like a mirror game. You're totally trying to do exactly what they did and exactly the sound they made. Short, quick, and then give it to the next person. So you take one and you give one. Any questions about this? Too late. Okay. Paka.
Paka.
Paka. Oh, you just, yeah.
Just the same one?
Just the last one he did,
Oh,
not
okay.
mine. That would get too big.
Yeah,
No, that is the game. You can do that sometimes. Okay? So, just go ahead.
Zoo. Zoo. Fling.
Fling. What? What?
Tender.
Tender. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah ha 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 ha.
Ah ha 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 ha.
Flack. Flack. Vuh.
Vuh.
Bleh. Bleh.
Back to her first.
Bleh. Gaga.
Gaga. Judy.
Zooty.
Speed it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unya. Unya. Woo. Woo.
Kada. Kada.
Aria? Bling?
Boogie. That's okay.
Boogie.
Hi? Hi? Bleh? Bleh?
Now back to her. You got it. So give me.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay, now quick exchange. Much shorter, a little, much less delay. Okay, we want to really speed up. Okay, like that. Okay? Go for it.
Boom 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 boom. Zing.
Judy.
Yay!
Yay. Warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. Whoop.
Whoop. Frick thump. Ah. Ah.
No fake. Just let it out.
Wow. Baga.
Baga. Judy.
Tootie.
Moving closer.
Meow.
Moving closer. Gooby.
Gooby.
Tighten up.
Nin.
Nin. Hop. Hop. Doop. Okay.
Have you done exercise?
Okay, spread out a little. Okay, good. So this is called Ooga Booga, and the next game is called Inka Pink. Inka Pink is like this. Inka Pink, someone in the circle starts a gesture and a movement. Everyone else does the same thing. So I go Inka Pink, Inka Pink. Person on my left changes it into something else. Tell the word, or else bend it. And we just, around the circle, we follow the person, whoever creates the new thing. So it just starts out. Okay, Inka Pink,
Anytime I want.
anytime you want. Anytime you want. Okay. That's called Inka Pink. Okay, it's just a little bit of a warm-up. Now, like somebody who thinks they're not afraid, or they're afraid of performing. They're not really into performing, other than Leslie over there. Someone who anybody was a little afraid coming to class.
I have a lot of fear.
Good.
I do too.
Okay, good. The two of you, fine. You're up on stage. The rest of you are sitting down. Okay. Yeah.
When you're in here in a circle in a group,
Yeah.
if the people will be mindful of the camera and leave
Give a little space.
leave a space so Paul can be on
Yeah.
camera.
Or duck when you walk in front of it, you know, crawl.
Yeah. Yeah. Crawl or.
But I mean,
kind of do now. We're our shoulders apart.
This is really the important part now.
not in relation to the camera.
Oh, from this one.
Well, there's two
I was kind of
cameras
looking
here.
at this.
Yeah.
Two cameras here to always be able to.
Or exit out that way or something. Okay? So, the main thing is, so this is actually, we're going to start learning something. Now, the situation, we have two volunteers, more or less, here. This will be probably our first kind of improv principle that we're going to learn. I also want to let you know, this is the hardest thing that we'll ever do in this workshop. These two people who are the most frightened have volunteered for the hardest thing that we have. Okay? I want you to know what we're about to do is the hardest. And that is because this is not really improv, at least the first part. Okay? So, this will be the hard part, and then after that it'll all be either downhill or easier. Okay? So, what we're going to do now is, you might want, let's see, so this camera is on them, and this camera can watch us a little bit. I'll be right here saying what's going to happen. Now, when we're doing a show, in improv, the audience is a participant, and the audience has a role. And when you're in the audience, you have something you have to fulfill, and the players have something they have to fulfill. Your job, well, let's start with the audience. The audience's job is simply to watch, like that movie, being there. I like to watch. Okay? Just watch. Observe. You're going to watch them. Your job is simply stand here. Okay? Okay, here we go. We'll start now. Do your job. They did that. Okay? Now I'm going to give them another assignment. Your assignment is the same. Okay? What I want you to do is, even though it's bright lights up here, count all the panels that you can see in the ceiling. Okay? Out loud enough so that everyone can hear you. Okay? What I want you to do is start counting every flower that you can see over on this thing. Without getting any closer, just the green ones, the green things. Count those out loud enough so the farthest away people can hear you. Count those green things. Okay, and share your voice with everyone. That's the term we use. Share your voice. It means it's big enough so the farthest person in the back row can hear you. Okay? Your job is the same. Let's start.
What do I do with quarter panel? 1, 2, that's cheating. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33,
Share your voice.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. One hidden, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Did you say time's up?
Stop.
Good.
Okay, let's hear from both groups now. We hear from the audience, we're going to hear from the players. Okay? Players, how did you feel when you were just being watched? Any comments on anything you felt physically or emotionally, anything going on?
I felt safer like when I was looking around. Like some people, it felt like they were less, like they were there sharing it with you, and so it was like you could feel some relation, but you were a lot more aware of like, okay, I'm feeling fear now. How am I going to deal with that? You know.
Yeah,
I felt better staring at the wall, so I didn't have to look at anybody's eyes.
Okay.
When they were watching me.
Okay. Okay. Now, audience, we're going to go over to you and say, what was your impression when they were just standing there? Did you notice anything physically about them or any signs of anything?
They seem to be tense.
They seemed tense, I'm hearing. Anything else?
Stand still.
They didn't stand still?
They were very antsy and
Okay.
anxious what their instructions were going to be.
They smiled a lot or they smelled a lot? I didn't hear.
Smiled.
Smiled, okay. Good. Didn't learn a lot of sniffing. Okay, they smiled a lot. Good. So, let's go over to the second section, okay? Well, let me add in. My perception is that, you know, they were looking around in the first part, and, you know, and there was some nervousness, some little laughter, and even the audience was laughing a little bit. Maybe, how did you feel? Feel a little bad for them, maybe? Did you feel anything like?
Well, you said something about the audience would participate.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure whether it was.
Your participation was to us, but you noticed that it gets a little nervous for you.
Oh,
when they're up
we
there.
felt the feelings they were.
Yeah, you feel some sorry for them,
Right.
okay? This happens in improv a lot. People think that you're really nervous on stage when you're not. Some people can't stand to watch improv because they feel sorry for you. When actually, you're not having a problem. They think you would because they would. So let's talk about the second part, evaluation here. How did you feel when you were counting? Any change or any difference? You
I
notice?
was more embarrassed when I was counting.
More embarrassed if you're counting. Fine.
Yes.
I
Okay.
thought it was good because I was focused, but I was still aware of everything. It was my first visit.
Okay. Good.
I still haven't.
So let's go back to why you were embarrassed when you were counting. Any idea? What was going on for you?
Because I knew everybody was watching me, but I didn't want to look at them because I had to be counting. So it was just something. It was really stupid to be counting
It
the
was
green
stupid,
flowers.
yeah, it is stupid, isn't it? That was
Big.
stupid. Why do we do that? Okay, you liked it more when you can kind of look around and not see anybody like that. Okay. So this is a little unusual. Obviously, for the laboratory experiment, the scientist always wants to work out right. That most people feel more nervous when they are standing there with nothing to do. But she found something to do in the first one. She's going to look away. Okay, good. Maybe there's some other reasons for being nervous about talking, being heard, and maybe she feels more watched when she has to perform like that. Who knows? But how about as an audience? How do they look to you when they were just doing their little activity? Did you notice any physical change? Anything?
More comfy. They had a focus.
Okay. Now, Therese still kept her hands behind her back. She's still hiding there a little bit. That's okay. Okay. So, but that's okay. But
Otherwise
she
I would be
did
counting.
start. Now, did you notice that she started to play with it a little bit? There's one that's hidden. There's, it's like it gets boring to do this. For you, if we'd gone longer, she probably would have, come on. But the point is that it gets boring to do it, so you make it interesting for yourself. Okay? So instead of instead of thinking about, well, I'm being watched and all this, well, I can count, I can do that. For you it was, well, this is stupid, which is okay. It is stupid, okay? So it's not fun to feel like you're doing something stupid. The point of this exercise, and it doesn't go the same for everybody, is simply that the second kind of thing is generally what you have in improv. You don't have that feeling of this game is actually called exposure. And we can make it go longer, but for a video audience, they can only stand so much standing. So exposure is what you don't have in improv. You don't have the feeling like you're up there, you're naked on stage, and you have no lines. That's the big fear. I mean, people dream this. Actors dream this. They'll be out there, they'll remember the lines. Or worse yet, like Leslie's situation, whoever she's with won't remember their lines. Okay? And then she's got to make them up. Anyway, so what we're looking at is the second thing is what we have in improv. It's called a focus. This is a central concept in improv. That what can happen is, and this happened to you a little bit in the warm-up, is that you forget what you're supposed to do and you start to laugh. You become self-conscious. Oh, I'm being watched. What you do is you find the focus. They say, find the focus, it's the tail of the comet. You always have a task to perform. In this case, something stupid. Okay, we have other stupid stuff to do, and we'll be doing a lot of stupid things today, and that's fine. And some are fine, some are more intelligent, take more intelligence. But when you start to lose focus, and I'm on stage, I'm being watched, it's a little like basketball. You've been practicing basketball, and all of a sudden you go out and there's 80,000 people, and you go, oh, 80,000 people. Bounce. Okay, bounce. Okay? And that's what we do in improv. We have a focus, we have a ball to bounce, or we have a ball to throw, okay, and catch, okay? And we keep that focus. When you start to think and get nervous about something, ask yourself, where's my focus? And if you're going on stage, if you ever do anything with me or any performance thing, and you can say, what's my focus? There's always 2 or 3 different things you can focus on stage. And we'll work on giving you those things and making those real clear to you so that you can have those as tools. And always find your focus. In this case, it was count the green thing. In your case, it was count the panels and share your voice. Okay? We'll always throw in a few little theater things, such as the share your voice thing and stage picture. We'll look at the little theater things. So, any questions about this? Normally I go through the whole group, but I know that you feel they've suffered enough for everyone. It's kind of the martyr thing. Okay, good. So thank you. Okay, very much. Okay, good. Now here's the thing. We've done a little bit of what's called evaluation. Evaluation in improv is not like testing. I try and remember this. You can try and remember this too. Evaluation that we do in improv takes several forms. Number one, how did you feel? How did you feel doing this? You were okay in part of it you didn't like too much. You felt one thing and felt another. How did you personally feel doing it? Number two, to what degree was the focus or the objective of the game satisfied? To what degree did she count the panels out loud so that we could hear it? To what degree did you count the green things out loud so that we could hear it? Seems like a simple objective, but for a while the voices went up and down, But we evaluate, did we have 100% success, 80% success, 65% success, 35% success? There's always some degree of accomplishment of the goal, okay? And so we don't look at that we did it right or wrong. We look at that you played some game, and if you play basketball, you don't hit all the shots. There's some degree of accomplishment. You tried and you did that. So we always see to what degree we fulfill the entire exercise. Sometimes in improv you'll have 3 different things you're trying to do. And you might get 2 of them. And you've got to be happy about the success that you had. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There's even a song, okay? So we'll evaluate how you felt, because you can perform well, but feel lousy, and that's not what we do in improv. The idea of improv is having fun together. And then if some people are bored enough to watch, that's their problem, okay? The third level of evaluation is how did it look to an audience? How did the audience experience? Now, a lot of people in performance are totally audience-oriented. Improv is not that way. It's you-oriented. You are the performer. You are the creator. We want you to feel comfortable. We want this creative stuff to come out of you. And then we want to ask ourselves, to what degree do we fulfill our game plan? And then we see, well, how did the audience feel? The audience gives a lot to you, but we're not going to go out there and go, I'm not important. I sure hope they have a wonderful show. That's not what we're looking at. It's very inner to outer. We want them to have a wonderful show, but we get the material from inside. That means you are comfortable. If you're ever not comfortable, let's talk. Because the uncomfortable part in improv should be over. The fact you got in the door today was the hardest part. Should be the hardest part. Okay? From here on, it should be more fun. So that's why improv is so popular, because it's just game plan. Okay, I have another game to try. And in this, you'll all have a focus. And so let's all get up. And what I'd like is 2 rows, a row here, and then a row facing them. Just pick a partner, anybody. If there's not an even number, we could be in trouble. Even number? Yeah, that's an even number. So just face, okay? Face this gentleman. Okay. Now what we're going to do is that, if you can, I'll get it. No, don't. No. What we're going to do is a game called Mirror. And I'll do what's called side coaching, which means that I'll be doing a little bit of telling you what to do. In other words, I'll just give you some instructions. Side coaching happens in improv. You're in the middle of a scene, somebody says something. You don't have to go, what? You stay in your scene, okay? And you're just hearing this voice rattling on your head. That's another improv convention. We let side coaching go. So what we're going to do now is, this is group A, okay? And actually, let's slant this whole thing a little bit so we can see it on the camera. Let's slant both lines a little bit here, okay? And you're back here a little bit, okay? So we can do a little bit of what we call mirror. You're A and you're B. B, you're the followers. A is the leader. A is going to make some movements, and B will follow, okay? So let's go ahead, and then I'll tell you what else to do. I'll have a switch leader. Start with your A, and A lead. Go for it. Mirror. Okay, make a switch. B lead. B lead. Don't go too fast now. You're going to cooperate. You're actually going to make it possible for them to do this. Okay, B still leading. Switch over to A leading. Back to B. Okay, come to rest, okay? Take a rest, now let's talk again. Okay, now we'll do the same thing. This time A will begin again, but it's sometime without me saying. You're going to both know that B's taking over. Okay, you're going to switch. Okay, let's do that once. Just kind of, you'll both agree. A starts again. Okay, have you switched already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let's do, did you switch back and forth?
Yes.
A couple times?
We only switched once.
Oh, okay, you want to switch once, okay. Now this time, let's do what some people already did, and that is switch several times. Okay, just go ahead and try that. Okay? Yeah, go ahead, start again. B start this time.
B starts.
Okay, keep going now. Let me just say a few things about coaching. Switch a few times. See if you can get the feeling like you don't really know who's leading, who's following who. So follow the following. Okay, they're both moving in a synchrony. Get that level. Okay, come to halt. Okay, now let's have it sit in the audience again. Okay. We're probably gonna need some audience shots here. Get Randy or somebody. If you want to take some audience.
I can work out.
Is this camera up high enough?
For you, I think it is, yeah.
Okay. So you want to pull out here? Okay. You might want to pull out.
Do more audience, so.
Yeah. Just for now. So, good, thanks. Not a bad shot, a little high. Okay, so, so this is when we evaluate. Okay, we're practicing evaluation. So, any comments on this? Any comments on how it helps to switch back and forth? Any comments on this exercise at all for any of you? Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Share your voice with this deaf guy over here called the camera.
I thought it was good to interact with someone like that, and you could feel one level after a while where we felt comfortable, and it was like the transition passing between the two who was leading went smoothly. But I felt in general it was good because we didn't have to worry about talking, so we were like just focused on what we were doing with our bodies in reflection of the other person. That was less stressful.
Good. Anybody else have any comments? Did anyone feel some sense of like connection with the other person building or not?
Yeah.
Some connection, like a little intuitive connection going on. Okay? Good. That's what this is about. What happens in improv is that you start to get out of just being you alone on stage. You can get to the place where there's a team. And this happens in ballroom dance all the time. I also teach ballroom. It's like if one person is going, what's stupid? But if there's two up there going, you go, it must be a dance. Okay? If you're a guy and you're doing, you know, you look stupid, but if there's an actual girl there going, you know, you go, hey, at least there's a girl with him. Okay? He must be semi-normal. Okay? So it must be some dance. Maybe I should learn it. Okay? What we have in improv is the power of the group. The person sitting in the audience is alone. I mean, maybe they're on a date, but, you know, they just met, right? You know, have some popcorn. Okay? You know, something. But the power of the group on stage is very strong. The audience, they don't even know each other, maybe. But if you're on stage, two people, come up here, let's do something, okay? Two people, we're on stage and we're going, you know. Okay? There's agreement here. There's a lot of, good. There's a lot of agreement here between the two of us. We're playing this game. Get it? Okay? So because of that, an audience will watch you. They're thrilled by you because you agree to be with each other. Okay? So that's mirror. Now mirror starts to take you out and connect you with the other people. Okay? Now we'll have another game that will create a whole group for us. The whole group, everybody will be up and we'll do this game. The point of that game is to have a focus and connect. And feel that connection. They can come. It's like you're here and they're way over there, but there's still this connection. They move, you're affected. Okay, it just so happens you are affected, but you might not know. But on stage, you want to feel, if they move, you move. If somebody moves over here, you're standing here and someone comes over, you might move over here to balance out the stage. If they come up to you, you're going to react. To have improv happen, we have to all become really close friends. We have to become people who know each other and trust each other, just like a basketball team. You know which way such and such is going to cut because he always cuts that way, and you can throw him the ball. Because you know each other. We have to build trust. Okay, in order for this to work, it's a teamwork thing. Improv has not worked when there's some star. Okay, I'm playing with you, but now I'm the star. If you have a basketball player who thinks they're the star, doesn't get the ball that often. But if you have a basketball player that is the star and says, I owe it all to my teammates, those teammates keep throwing them the ball. That's what we have. We'll all be stars. Maybe a couple moons and some asteroids. But it's okay. Let's try, let's come up and try this group thing. Okay? Now this is another important principle of improv coming up. I won't say what it is yet. But this is a group thing. Just now we had a group thing with two people doing mirror together. Okay? Now we'll move over to the entire group. Not doing mirror, but something else. First we're going to do a basic improv skill called gibberish, which is just, we've done already the talk, but you're not going to make sense. Okay? And I'm sure this happened to all of you before, now and then. Maybe when you're trying to explain why you're home so late. Ba 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 ba. Okay? So for some reason I end up in this pseudo-Norwegian. I don't know why. It's always going to do. But what we're looking at is a game called Give. In this game, we mill around for a while, then we freeze. We take a freeze. And one person walks around making gibberish sounds and then gives the focus to somebody else. So it goes like this. Head the board and face the toe and kiss it, head so and a boot. At that point, I freeze, give him the focus. He goes around with his gibberish, and gives it to somebody else. Then they move with it and take it around wherever they want and give it to somebody else. This is a game, not a game called Give. Okay?
So the way
So
it's
can the
liquid is
gibberish,
frozen?
have like some kind of emotion? Or
Yeah,
some
sure.
sort
Just
of-
no intellectual content.
Yeah.
It can be any, it can be big, small.
During the time they're doing gibberish, everybody else is frozen.
Everyone else is frozen at that time. We just mill around at the beginning. So it's mill around, milling, go ahead, milling around, and freeze. Hey, go thorn if it's hey, zona, tuna, whoop, zit.
My brother
Take the thorn if it's stones. Fatal hold it. Seem to hang the city. What?
What's the friggin' wrestling? Where's the friggin' wrestling?
And this is
Freeze. Okay, relax. Okay, this is a game called. Okay.
Swedish competing with the Norwegian.
It's okay. They're having fun. Okay. Now they're not in. Okay. Situation. This is Give. This can happen on stage. We're starting to act like we would act on stage. I'm going, okay, let me give you the frog. And you go,
Thank
I'll
you.
take those frogs, and I'll eat them one by one. Okay? That's a gift. It's a give. I give you those frogs. What you don't want to do is, I'll get back to what you don't want to do. Okay, this is give. Now there's another game called take. Okay, take can't happen on stage unless somebody gives. Okay, so what we do is a game called give and take. Give on stage, it's very similar to what we did. We go around, make noise, da da da, but then somebody else takes. And the way they take is with a physical gesture and a sound, like we did in that original exercise, Ooga Booga. Pengador to suit, and they just continue it. So what'll happen is we'll all be frozen, one person will be walking around, and then you will take from that person by making a gesture and a sound. They will give to you by freezing and stopping their talk. Okay? No. No, you're going along here. You make some sound. Go ahead, do-ba-do. Pescanona, festa, versa, cena, forna, stina, fura. Unless he stops, we don't have give and take. We have take and take. Okay? And you can have this on stage. You can have two people talking because they're not aware of the other people. At no time in improv should you ever be unaware of every other person on stage. You may be looking the other way, but you should know absolutely what people are doing physically and verbally behind you. They're part of the organism. They're part of the organism. There's an organism on stage. It's the wholeness. It's the whole group. Let's try this new game. Any questions about it? Pretty straightforward. Okay, mill around, milling around. Freeze. Just don't want to suit it. Heger door for cinemas. Hela mona suit it. Just again. Fader suit it. Share your voice. Tigger soda. Hang it. Base to face to course.
Det är just av bombaste fasta för humbari higa.
Slut.
Va? Ne, aha. Gebu, stu, bududu, vade, mene, aha. Ve, zing ding bing 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 bing. And the boo. And the boo.
Heger door. Sona feta. Thanks. Okay? Good. So this is a game, this is called give and take. Now you'll be in an improv game, you'll be in a performance, or you'll be in a rehearsal, and sometimes I will yell out, or some people will yell out, give and take. That's because there's two people on stage doing stuff and they don't know that the other people are doing something. There's another game where we can have a group sitting over here. Let's try this game. This group sit over here and have some tea. This group sit over here and have some tea. Okay, you're at a kind of a low-level cafe. I got one group here and one group over here. We'll put you on camera too. Okay, here's camera 2 over here. Excuse me, probably camera 1. Okay, here we are. Now what we're going to do with these two groups is this group over here, okay, this group over here is going to be group 1, okay? So you'll be, you're in the cafe, it's the same cafe, okay, and just be yourselves, it's fine. You just met here, okay? You've been in the improv class and you've gone out for tea, okay?
Do we have coffee?
Coffee's fine. Okay.
Waiter, coffee.
Now over here in this group, you're same thing, just be yourself and talk and introduce yourselves, all that. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to direct you. I'm going to say group A and group B. When I say group A has focus, A will come up in volume, B will diminish. You'll keep talking, okay? You'll actually keep talking, but what will happen is that you just kind of like, you won't say anything. It'll be, oh, really? You know, but without any volume, okay? So it'll be, oh yeah, I bought a Cadillac too. But it'll be, Okay, just mouth the words. Continue your conversation, and then we'll come back to your conversation. So what you'll do is, I'll say A is up, and I'll say B is up. When B is up, A goes down like that. Okay? This is give and take in a group.
This is
Okay.
real conversation, not gibberish.
This is real conversation. Hi, you know, whatever. If you want me to give you characters, I can, but let's just start with, you're out for lunch, okay? Okay, A is up, you're A.
I need more cream.
Share your voice with everybody in the room.
So how do you feel being in this workshop thing? It's fun.
Yeah, it's great fun. I think that just being here and
Be
being in the
down,
moment
be down.
is great. What do you think? We're still up.
Didn't he say B?
A's up.
He is down.
Oh,
A is
okay,
up.
okay.
A is
I'm
up.
so weird. I'm pounding it.
So you having a good weekend so far?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I
Okay,
feel
B
like-
up.
Well, that's really fantastic what you said about that.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you know, I think my car's starting to fall apart.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, freeze.
Strange little things happen.
Okay, let's do a little minor point here. Let's do a little stage picture thing. We want everyone to see your face. Come around here so we can see your face. You can come around here a little bit in the middle here so that we can see your face too. We're going to start thinking of the audience a little bit. Okay? So now we're going to change a little bit. I'm going to give you some characters. Okay? You're a school teacher and you're a school teacher. Okay?
I'm a school teacher.
No, you're a parent.
You're straight.
You're a parent and they're award-winning teachers and you wanted to take them out to lunch.
Hey,
Okay?
yo, dude.
And you're a mother and you two are getting married. Okay? And
She's my mother.
she's your mother. And actually you're already married and you've been at college and you just come back to see her and you're having lunch in the cafe. Okay? So that's it. Go ahead and A is up.
Wait a minute.
I just,
Because we have a lot of
Mrs. Jones, it's very, very nice to have met your daughter, and we're very much in love.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mom. We've known each other for quite a while. It's been 4 years now.
Yeah. 4 years of education and books.
Feel
as
good
well as
about it. Feel good
education
about
and
it.
life.
Feel good about Mom. Come on. Get into it.
Yeah.
I'm really
Please.
so
Okay, fine.
excited for you.
B up. B's up. Continue the conversation.
wonderful what you've been doing with Allison. The artwork is incredible, and she's
Share your voice.
good
Got to
at
be bigger.
physics.
She's quite talented in the field of physics. She knows all about laser beams.
Bigger voice.
She's also very good in art. She shows a lot of potential and creativity.
Back to A. A's up.
It's been so long since I've seen you, Mom. Yes, well, what have you been doing since we got married? Well, I'm sort of going on with my career, you know, as a painter.
B's up.
So, what are you going to do next month in the class?
Okay,
We usually like
freeze.
to surprise the students.
Freeze. Here we go. Now, we're going to add in a little bit of stuff here. Okay. Now, you're going to have to decide as a group when you're going to take from the other group. And when they take, and you got to take with something like, you know, well, we gave them this test on spelling, and in other words, it has to be dramatic enough so that they can hear. Not dramatic enough so that he can hear. Dramatic enough so they can hear, because you are now on stage actually with everybody. Even though we have you in this little group, you're really in this big group. So when you take, you have to take big enough, just like we did in freeze and switch, I mean give and take. The entire group knows you're taking. And they'll fade out and give to you. Okay, let's do that. Go for it. B starts. Same conversation.
Oh, we can start.
Well, it's really amazing the work that you've been doing. I can't really tell you how much I appreciate how brilliant you are in the classes.
Well, I noticed that Allison did very well in
So
her
where did you
artwork,
grow
know?
up, Sam?
Well, actually, I'm from a small town in Iowa.
Oh, that's
And,
right. Becky told me, of
Yeah.
course.
And I was so proud of her that she won an award. You know,
It's
that was really
amazing.
good.
It's amazing, but it's really all due to your
Did you see that
fantastic-
painting
Oh.
that I did in my apartment? It's
Of
our
course I
apartment,
did,
I'm
dear.
sorry. Yes, that's the first thing I saw when I walked in the house.
You like it?
Yeah, yes, it was
Did you know what it was?
lovely.
It's kind of abstract.
No,
The volcano that she built for the science fair was just amazing. Did she get any help on that?
I did most of it myself.
beautiful.
You did most of the work yourself?
Yes,
Don't you
I
realize
would.
that the students should be doing it? It's okay to have a little bit of help
Well,
from the
you know,
parents.
I wanted to.
But darn it, Mrs. Jones, I'm doing the best that I can, and that's all that anybody has ever asked of me, and that's all that I ask of myself.
This is called
And that's-
concessions
that's
of a
just
parent,
who
you
I
know,
am.
who wants their child to excel.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, real good. Let's give yourselves a hand here.
That'll work out.
Okay. Pop back in the audience for a moment. Audience, there's a lot of crawling around and rug burns in this game. Okay? So, this, my friends, is the beginning of an improv scene in an ensemble. An ensemble knows what everybody else is doing on stage. This is the beginning of a performing group. When you can do that, you're listening to everybody. You're talking to this person, but you know what that person's doing. That's great. That's all there really is that you don't have to feel that every moment is filled with noise. You can give to the other person. The entire group is performing, this organism. That's a real big concept. The concept here is give and take. We have the concept of focus. The other big concept is the give and take. Now I want to move into one other major concept for improv. And that is the thing called saying yes. In improv, we always say yes. And this came through vividly to me about 5 years ago when I first started teaching improv. And what it was, there was this really cute girl, okay, and this guy who, was happy to be even standing with her. And he asked her out on a date, and she said no. And it was like the scene died. But if she'd said yes, I think if she said yes, it would have been thrilling. The thing is, in improv, you always say yes. Someone walks up to you and says, asks you to get married, say, sure. I was in a scene once, someone said, okay, we're going to shoot you guys now. And I said, okay, how about here? Oh, no, okay, where? Where do you want to shoot me? Okay, so this was fun. Because I said yes, it was preposterous. But if I said no, then it would have been, it just doesn't work. It's like the word no can kill a scene. The word yes takes it farther. You say yes, the scene moves on. The other thing is, it's considered a gift to say yes. The other thing we want to watch for in improv is to make statements, not ask questions. Okay? When you're asking a question, it's hot potato. It's hot potato theater instead of couch potato. Hot potato is, I don't know what's happening, what do you think? I don't know what's happening, what do you think? Who are you? I don't give you anything. That's my statement. I'm saying, who are you? I'm putting you alone on stage here. You have to create the scene. I don't know, what do you think? I'm not going to help you either, okay? So here's a different thing. It says, Mom. You go, for 25 years. Okay? There's a little bit of a gift. Somebody's mom and somebody's starting a story. Okay? So what we're going to do now is have 2 lines and do a game called 3 statements. 3 statements. Statements are very powerful in improv because they're gifts. If you go, nice dog. Someone goes, yeah, it's rusting. You go, well, you shouldn't leave it underwater. There's a story there, a story starting. Someone goes, nice dog. You go, it's not a dog, it's a horse. Whoa. Whoa, big no, that's a no. Okay? It's not that these are hard and fast rules. These are general tendencies for a scene to move along if you make statements and say yes. Okay? So we're going to try 3 statements. We need 2 lines of people, and any of you can qualify as people. It's okay. Okay? And we'll walk together, and we'll just walk together. 2 people will walk up, and they'll make 3 statements, and then they'll be off. Oh. And that'll create a scene.
Statements back and forth.
Yeah, 2 people will come in. We'll do guys against girls this time. Okay, and then we'll rotate around so you're with different people. Okay? So you just walk in the center like this, and you make 3 statements. One of you will only make 1, obviously, because there's so come Your mother sent me.
And what did she send you for?
What happened?
She asked the question.
Question.
Oh,
Make a
ask
statement.
us, but-
Make a statement. It's okay. Your mother sent me.
My mother has a lot to say.
I memorized it all.
Then tell me.
That's it. That's
Oh,
4.
there's 3. Oh.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I'm off.
We're done. Next.
This is new.
I'm not really giving anything, but I'm here and happy.
Fantastic.
The size of that fish was this big.
Are you serious? I haven't been fishing for like 3 years.
And it was also purple and pink.
Nice boots.
They're edible.
I think they're chocolate.
Well, it finally had to happen.
Okay, freeze.
Freeze?
Okay, good. Now, I'm sorry, this is another little refinement. Another refinement is be specific, okay? To come and say, well, it finally happened is good, but let's say, well, what finally happened? Give me anything.
I just died.
Well, I finally died. Okay, that is specific. Well, it finally happened is like a gift. It's like the wrapping paper. It's good. I don't want to be critical, but I want I want a little more specific. People love specifics. So don't be vague. Let's come in with something, let's start over, with something specific. Well, you know, I finally died. Go ahead. How are you?
I finally died.
Great, I did too.
That's fantastic.
That's it.
And this morning the cat landed right in my cereal.
Then I'll cook it spaghetti for lunch.
And then we can have the dog hairs for dessert.
I converted to Judaism.
Wow, that's a big change from your Norwegian background.
Yeah, used to be a Buddhist.
I love rock and roll music.
So do I, but it makes my ears bleed.
I'm gonna get you some tissue, okay?
Good, that's building. He built on her.
Blue
What
ties and stars. This is a good thing.
It's a very good thing, especially in the moonlight.
Oh, probably in the sun also.
I feel like going dancing tonight.
I feel like going dancing tonight with you.
Oh, my dream has come true. My uncle's coming to visit us this summer.
The uncle that went into the cave is coming.
Yeah, I think he's still dirty from that.
Start over. Yeah, that was a question, wasn't it? I was trying to get out of
Okay, I know
here.
you want same statement, and he'll come in. Same statement. Michael?
My uncle's coming to visit us this summer.
Yeah, he's the one that went into the fishing hole.
Look at the difference here. Okay, let's just stop. Look at the difference. Gift. Okay? Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Third statement?
Yeah, he's still wet.
Okay, good. That's fine. Okay, this is 3 statements. Now we'll take this into doing scene work. Okay? In scene work, when you give like this, magical stuff happens. Even just now, some magical stuff happened. We had a date. We had chocolate boots. We had a little fetish, foot fetish combined. We had a funny uncle who's all wet. That's what improv is about. Now what's happened here? You've gone out, you've done some interesting stuff. You've done some creative stuff. But no one's told you go out and do creative stuff. We just said make 3 statements. That, again, I'm bringing you back to the idea of focus. If I tell him to get from there to the piano, without touching the ground, how's he going to do it? How are you going to do it?
I don't know.
How about
Think of
carry
something.
him?
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang from the wall, from the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah, and,
Climb
well,
up.
actually, I'm gonna get some glue on my hands and just
Fine.
stick on
Okay,
the
good.
ceiling.
Those are good. That
And
might
I'll
take some
just
time.
keep
What was your
going
solution?
Like that.
Have your friends carry you.
Okay.
Very difficult.
Okay. So the point is, this is funny. This is funny, but there's an objective. The objective is to get over there. How am I going to do it? How are we going to get him there? As a group, we got him there, and he could have gotten there if he had the technical that he wanted. Okay, that could happen. And so we have an objective. Fulfill the objective. The objective here was simply 3 statements. But out of those 3 statements came a lot of creativity. If someone says, get out there and be creative, you go, okay? I'm the same way. People say, you're funny. Be funny a little bit, will ya? And I go, I'm really very serious. Okay? Because I can't do that. It's not really, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to get attention, right? So if someone said, get attention, I said, okay. No. But the thing is that this will free you. Remember Dumbo, the elephant?
We had to have
The
figures.
ears.
Okay? He had the ears to fly with. He thought he flew because of the feather. The feather in his nose, remember this? This little feather in his nose. He thought that enabled him to fly. One day the feather fell out, and the little mouser had to tell him, no, that was just the thing to help you think you could fly. Because he was midair at the time. The feather here is the focus. Your intellect, instead of being busy on the audience, is busy on the focus. Therefore, your creativity comes out the side. The creativity is what fascinates an audience. They think, how could you do that? They go, I had to do it. I had to get over across the thing. Okay? But your mind was busy making 3 statements. It wasn't come out here and make 3 creative statements. It was simply make 3 statements. That's all. But just to give you a picture of how improv works. You are creative. That's not the goal. That's a byproduct. Also, the entertainment of the audience is a byproduct. Just like the entertainment of the audience is a byproduct of playing basketball. It's not the goal of playing basketball. The goal is to win some points by putting through the hoop. All these people will sit and watch on television, these guys run around in shorts, putting a little rubber thing or leather thing through a little hoop. And watch and get excited and get into statistics and all that. To be honest, they really didn't have to do this today. Okay, in order to like eat or something. It wasn't their job, right? So it's like totally arbitrary that this game is happening. But it's fascinating. You watch how they do it and how good they are and all that. The audience is thrilled. But the basketball player is trying to get the ball through the hoop. It's watching them do that, the commitment of that group to accomplishing that goal that's thrilling. The same thing happens in improv. We have a goal. We're going to fulfill it. As a group, we're committed to it. That creates entertainment for them and some feeling of accomplishment for us. And as we came out, we made 3 statements. Once or twice we came out and made a question. That's okay. We had 66% accomplishment. We had 2 statements and 1 question. The thing is, if there's a question, it's okay. You're not going to die. It's going to be someone will answer and then make a statement. Gift, 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 gift. Sometimes you're in a relationship and maybe you end up taking something by mistake. You can always fill it in by giving more again. Okay? So that's what we do. If there's a question, you're not going to die. It's just fine. Let's do something. Okay, have an audience thing again. I'm going to go into a little final thing we want to try. Okay, now there's one final game. This is probably the most famous improv game of all, and this will finish off our first session today. Actually combines everything we've learned into one thing. It's a little sophisticated because it seems simple, but there's 2 sides to it. And what it is, the game called Freeze and Switch. Now, most people have heard of this game, the floating camera. Most people have heard of this game, but the way it works is you have some objectives or some foci, focus. Okay, your focus in this game, the entire group will be up back here, backing up the performers. There'll be 2 people, quote, on stage. And the people back here are the people I want to talk about first. The people back here have 3 things to do, and they are in order. Number 1, decide when the scene is legitimately dying. Okay? When the scene is dying, it's kind of losing interest, it's starting to fade a little bit. It's a very delicate thing. Sometimes when the scene's about to die, something magical is about to come out. But usually a scene has a little bit of what's called a beat. The beat goes, well, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to buy some of that, and I'm going to do some of that, da. And she's going, yeah, let's go buy that, yeah, and we'll get the car, and it'll be okay. Okay, you know, really, really great. Then what? Okay, and then we'll buy, you know, you know. And they try and push it a little farther. Sometimes you can tell when they've finished their, like, beat, and you can get in here. Then what you do is, when the scene's kind of, they're fading out, freeze. You freeze them. But what you do then is, it's exciting, after you freeze them, you go in and you tap one on the shoulder, you take their exact position, even their facial expression, if you can get it. This is the second focus. Focus number 1, freeze the scene. Focus number 2, take the exact position, close as you can, without taking too much time. So they're in here going, you know, you come in here, tap on this, and they go like this. The audience loves it when you get as close as possible to what they were doing it. So there's your focus number 2. Focus number 3 is simply to justify that position in some new way. For example, if I'm going, I don't know how to solve this problem. If someone freezes me, the next person coming in, another person comes in and goes, I think this is the best toupee I've ever gotten. Okay? So there's justifying the position in some new way. That's your third focus. And then you continue with that. And we're going, oh, it's such a nice toupee, you know, it's like that. Oh, it's really nice. Okay, so, oh, I just don't think it's the right color for you. Okay, so you've got these different things to play. And you continue with that new scene. That's the people back here. Good. People on stage, hello, are doing what we call scene rules. Scene rules apply. Some scene rules you already know. Number 1, say yes. Make statements. Share your voice. Okay? And that's all. Keep going. It won't be very long. Somebody will freeze you. So this is called freeze tag. Make statements has implicit in it, no question. Say yes has implicit in it, don't say no. We try and emphasize the positive side. Make statements. Okay? If you have a question, that's what happens. You'll see what happens. Okay, so everybody up, you're all up here. Okay? Now at this point, when we're in a show, an improv show, we'll get a suggestion from the audience. Call 472-6551, or whatever the number is, okay? Oh, Paul Stokstad at 47204. Anyway, you'll call. We'll call and get, or we'll have an audience out here and we'll get a suggestion. We do have a couple audience members. So I need a couple volunteers to come out. Or even one volunteer will be fine. With me. Okay. Now, just to make this easy, once you've froze and switched, you can go out. Be back in the audience. So there's your motivation. Okay. So
But can you get in the line?
you can go back in line if you want.
Okay.
If you're the first person to go out, you definitely should go back in. So it's one of us. Okay. So there may be some side coaching here. I may do some side coaching. You'll have to live with that somehow. And this will be our final thing. Freeze and switch. I may make some comments. From the audience, we need a location for 2 people. Where would we be? Sri Lanka we have. Okay. Now, this is very important that you know. We don't want to be in Sri Lanka itself, because if we were in Sri Lanka and people were looking at the entire Sri Lanka here on stage, we'd be these big giants smashing the place. Okay? We want to ask where in Sri Lanka. Okay? So we want a specific location, a location that'll fit on the stage. The question is, where are we in Sri Lanka?
In the market.
We're in a marketplace. That's specific. We have things that we can do now. In our next class, we'll go over how to give the feeling of a marketplace. But all this setup in this particular game is kind of a joke, because in about 30 seconds, hopefully, there'll be a freeze, and you'll be in a whole new place. It won't be Sri Lanka at all. It just lets the audience know that we haven't rehearsed this. Okay, we did not rehearse Sri Lanka. We got it from the audience members. We're in a market. And who are we? What's our relationship? Blood or work relationship are we?
Work relationship.
We're co-workers. Fine. Co-workers in the marketplace. Fine. Fine. Peace Corps. Hey, thanks. We'll just do co-workers. We don't give too much, so you gotta leave us some creativity. Okay, go.
We need to get some more of this stuff here.
More stuff.
Yeah, more stuff.
More stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, throw more stuff. Okay, here's stuff.
Oh, thanks. This is the best stuff we've gotten so
Good
far.
stuff. Yeah,
it's
good stuff.
great stuff.
Very expensive though.
Well, that's
Make
okay.
them pay double.
That's
Yeah.
okay. They should actually.
Come see our stuff. Hey.
They should actually pay triple the regular.
Triple. Yeah. Triple. Yeah.
That wasn't the position I was.
That's you don't get that. Let's freeze here a second. Okay, now she's frozen. This is very important for freeze and switch. You can't plan off stage from something that you see that you want to do coming on stage. Because by the time you get there, your football player has become a monkey. Okay? The point is come on stage and justify this position in a new way. Save the scene. Don't worry about the position. You'll get accomplished something.
Please, put your hands a little bit further back or I can't conduct in any
Fine,
way.
fine.
Okay, thank you.
Fine. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Very good. You did stop when I asked you to. That was excellent.
Well, yeah, thank you. It's my first day. I'm working at it.
You're a very good student, and I hope you will come back. Let's try it once again.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Just lift up a little higher. I think we can get it up to the top of.
Oh, God, I don't think I can reach any higher.
Come on.
No. Please,
Here.
Oh, got it. Okay, put me down. Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah.
That was really incredible.
Yeah, we did it.
I don't-
Hope it
Share
stays.
your
I hope
face.
it does.
Show your face. Keep going.
Hope it stays up there.
Well, it'll stay. I know it'll stay.
Yeah, so we did it.
Way to go. That's fantastic.
Freeze.
Yes, son, would you like to confess your sins?
Yes, I have so many sins, and I'm very, very sorry
Well, tell Mother about them, but get down on your knees first.
for. Oh, I just can't believe how I've been messing up. You know, it's just terrible.
Freeze. Now, I'm just going to throw in this little stage thing. This is called upstaging. What she's doing to you right now. Normally, ladies with beautiful faces will slug each other for doing this, because what this does is take your face out of the scene. If you know the experienced actress will cheat up on the young actress, and then the whole stage looks to her. Her face disappears out of the scene, and I have this thing. So you have to be aware of each other. Don't upstage each other. If she's up, what you really want from both of you is this leg is out. Lead out with this leg, and you lead out a little bit with that leg. What that does is open you up a little bit to the camera, and a little bit to the audience. Okay? This is a much prettier shot. Audience, don't you agree? When we're side by side, it's hello, but we have to be a little kind to the audience. So we like to lead out with this inner leg, if possible. And also be aware of not cheating up on him, because this wonderful face gets lost. I mean, yours is great too. This is just a little side thing on the side. Continue, same scene.
I'm going to tell you everything,
Please.
but I can't because I have a class that I have
Freeze.
to go to.
Yes, ever since I was in the war, I've only been this tall because I lost my legs. So could you please give me some money, ma'am?
Say yes.
But
Could you give me $10?
I,
Say yes.
Could you give me
yeah.
20?
I only have 5.
You only have 5? Can I have it all?
Yeah,
Can I have it all?
yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
so
Thank
sorry.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Maybe I'll even grow taller. Maybe I'll grow legs, and
Well, just
and
go
it'll
buy
be,
yourself
it'll be,
some food, okay?
Oh,
you
do
know,
you have
or,
food too?
or-
Could you give me food?
Yeah, it's my husband is bringing it out of the
watermelons?
market right now. Watermelons? Yeah, I think we have
Oh,
watermelons.
I would definitely like.
Honey?
I would definitely like. Yes, honey too. I
Okay,
would definitely
great.
like honey.
Okay, freeze. I'd like to go back to that same scene. You're back up, I'm sorry.
Quickly ended up.
Okay. I want
I
you
asked a
back down on
question.
your knees. Oh, you did ask for stuff. That's
Yeah.
fine. It's okay. I want you to ask for food, but I want you to just give him that money. Just give him all kinds of money. Whatever he says, give it to him. Okay. Okay?
Yes. Just go.
Yeah, same thing.
Yes, could I have some money, please? Some
You can have
10
all my
Oh,
money. Yeah,
thank you,
here.
thank you,
I
thank
got
you,
some in
and
my back
oh,
pocket too.
Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you. I think I may even, with all this money, be able to afford the prosthetic devices for my.
Yeah, that would be
Oh,
a
bless
good thing
you.
because then you'd be taller and then I wouldn't have to crouch down and look at you.
Then I could kiss you right on the lips, right from the standing position.
Okay.
Your friends will save you.
Do we both go in?
No, just she's the one that volunteered.
Listen to me. The end of the world is coming.
I just went to church.
No, I don't think you
this morning.
understand. It's the end of the world. This is not something I care about.
Okay, I'm really scared. Can
We
you-
have to go tell people.
Can I be your helper?
Yes,
And
yes,
go
be my help,
tell
be my help.
people?
Tell people, tell everyone, tell your friends. We've got to do something. It's the end of the world.
Give and take, keep going. Give and
Okay,
take.
well, I'll give you some money or something. Just so you.
No, we don't need money, we need help.
Yes, you
Okay,
need help. Yes,
the
you need
priest
money.
is in the church.
The priest.
Over yonder
Yes,
there.
the priest. The priest. Yes.
Keep going.
I'll go get the priest.
Okay.
Come
do you
with
want
me to get the priest.
Okay.
We'll both get the
Okay.
priest.
Where
The priest
is
will
he?
come and you said he was in the church. So we'll go to the church.
Breathe.
Okay.
Let her off. You're gonna do it for an hour. Take a position. Other leg, twist. Oh, there you go. Okay, good.
It's so nice to see you again.
It's great to see you too.
I'm glad to see you've mellowed out since the last time I saw you.
Yes, well, it was that guy I was seeing.
Oh man, they always do stuff like that to us.
I know, they're just awful.
Breathe.
Oh.
That's all I can take.
Oh.
They're always freezing you just when you get into it. Okay, that's it. Now you see how it goes. It's a lot of subtle things. Any questions, any comments on that for anybody? Okay, there's
They
some,
should freeze
What?
when it's getting old, you know.
they should freeze you. Yeah, the thing is, it's a gift. It's a gift to the person on stage to freeze them. Because if they don't have anything coming out, they need your help as a troupe. I know we're beginners, we may be shy to get on stage ourselves, but we'll have that commitment to each other. I will be there for you. I will save you when you're dying. Okay? On stage, it's not as intimidating as it would be if you really were dying, but there's theatrical dying too. Okay? And if you're dying, if you're going down, I'll be there for you. I'm going to support you. And that's the feeling you're going to have, is teamwork. If you can't bounce a ball, throw it to me, I'll bounce it back to you. It'll be like that. So we're going to be there for each other. They're going down, freeze. I don't care, I'll come here and do something. Okay? Fine. And then if she's going down, boom, freeze her. Because you're going to at least start something new. At least starting something new will be new. It'll be interesting, it'll be something. So save each other. The other thing is, you came in really strong, some really good stuff, and you were getting a little hammered. You were trying not to ask questions, which was good. Well, for you, the thing is the give and take. You don't have to carry the whole scene, okay? You can carry. You have the power to do it. You have the creativity and imagination to carry it. But there's also the trust of the other person of just going, you know, it's the end of the world. And she's got to go, yeah, I know, 6 minutes. Let's party. Okay? There's got to be a little silence. You got to give her some space. Okay? And then when you're really strong player, sometimes it can happen. You think you're strong, and the other people aren't butting in. You have to leave space. Trust silence. There's a lot of games that have silence in them. Okay? Why don't you try this with me? Okay? We have a game called 3, 2, and 1. It's a scene where you do 3 words, 2 words, and 1 word. Some people do a scene with 3 words. Some people do a scene with 2 words. Some people do a scene with 1 word. We're going to do a scene with 1 word. Where are we going to be?
Jamaica.
We're in Jamaica. Where in Jamaica?
On the beach.
On the beach. Okay, what's our relationship? Work or blood relationship? We're brothers or something?
Sure.
Okay, we're brothers. The brothers on the beat. Okay. So we're gonna do this scene. We can only use one word each at a time. Okay. Oh. All right.
Man.
Babes.
Yeah.
Total. Beer?
Yeah. Thanks.
Chips.
Pastrami?
Yeah. Big.
Whoa.
Pig. Rose.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait.
No.
Look.
Oh. Oh. Wow.
Oh.
Come on, let's.
What? Swim?
Splash.
Wet.
Yeah.
Fine. So, I mean, it's, there's sometimes when you feel like you might want to use two words or something, but there's a lot of situations in which there's silence. You could just wait, go. Like babes, Yeah. French. Okay? So, you can stay still. I just wanted to throw that in. Okay? That's the first class. Okay, we're going to take a little break. We'll do a short second class. And, why don't you just go for it. So that's it. We're going to do a second tape. There's a restroom upstairs?
My boss?
Yeah. Let's put in a new tape.